So hi guys, in this video we'll be doing a Q&A question, like a Q&A section, question and answer on rabbit farming. So I posted on my community tab that anyone that has any question on rabbit farming, any question you want to ask, just put it there. So a lot of people asked a lot of questions and we wrote it down and we'll be answering it today. So here with me is my mentor himself. So sir, I would love you to introduce yourself to the viewers so that at least they can know you.
Okay, hello viewers. I'm Godwin Chemistry. I'm a rabbit farmer. I have a little rabbit farm, just little.
Not little. So guys,
I came into rabbit as I was born into it. My dad had rabbit farm when we were growing up, so I grew into rabbit farm, and just like 4 or 5 years back, I started rabbit farm proper. So that's how I entered farming.
So guys, this has been my mentor. He has been the one putting me through some questions, some of the things I've not known. And when I wanted to switch into hybrid, because when I started I was keeping some local breeds, it was also the one I got some of my breeds from. So he's going to be helping me out with some of these questions here, because there are a lot of questions we need to ask. So you need to watch this video to the end so that you can actually learn from some of the questions people are asking here, so that in case you face anything like this, you can actually know what to do. So from Joe Boy asked, is soya bean good for rabbits? Is soya bean good for rabbits? So soya bean can actually be used for rabbit feed formulation. Soya bean can be used for rabbit feed formulation. Like if you don't have maybe PKC, you can use soya bean as another form of PKC, like protein in your feed. So it can be used for rabbit. And also another question here is, have you experienced a doe giving birth and you realize she's not breastfeeding the litter and she does not even want to go near the nesting box? How can you help the kids from day 1 to 1 month? So sir, I would love you to answer that particular one.
Like this question, sometimes we get curious about animal. When they litter, we want to know if they breastfeed. Okay. But I think naturally they do.
Okay.
Yes, but if in case you maybe spend time with the rabbit and you notice she's not breastfeeding, there's what we call force feeding, which I believe he has put so many in his YouTube section. So you can do that, use that method.
You can use force feeding method. You force feed them morning and evening every day till after like 2 to 3 weeks. Then you can actually put the kids back to the mother, because from that period whereby they start walking around, if you put them in for the mother, they will be hustling the breast milk on their own. They will rush to the mother and try to suck the breast milk. So from 2 to 3 weeks, you can put them back to the mother. So another question here from Joanna Ofai. She says, my rabbit was nursing her babies when I noticed the male sneaked in with the female. The male sneaked into the female's cage when the bunnies were 8 days old. The bunnies were just 8 days old. Then the male sneaked into the female cage. Now the bunnies are 5 weeks old and the mother delivered another 5 babies. I quickly separated the bunnies from the mother, and she wants to know that if this can actually affect the female health. One thing I want to say right here is that when the male sneaked into the cage, you should actually know that the male had a successful breeding. That was why the female gave birth again to another 5 different kids. So he was trying to ask if this will actually affect the female's health. Okay, when it comes to breeding without giving the females chance, it can actually affect the female's health, but this is not really like 100% bad. Yeah, it's not 100% bad, but it can actually affect the female's health, because if you cross your female rabbits without giving it a lot of time to rest, it can actually affect her growth. This particular person really did a nice one here by separating the overgrown bunnies, the grown bunnies already, although they were not up to 6 weeks that you were supposed to win, but at 5 weeks you can still separate them, since there is something like this that happens. So she actually did a good one. But another thing I also advise you, that keep your male very far from your female so that they can't actually cross their cages. Make sure it's well separated. If not, this might not work out as well as it did this first time. So you should take safety precautions and separate your male very far from your female. So another question we have here from Tunde is that is it normal for a rabbit to step on her kids while looking for them?
It's normal.
Okay.
It's normal, and since they move, once she step on them, she will quickly take her legs off and the baby will. So it's normal, but the one thing there is that they will not die. They don't step on their. In rabbit farming, casualties when it comes to stepping on their bodies is very, very, very it's normal, but the casualty is very, very, very minus.
Okay. Okay, because sometimes when they just move into their nesting box like that, they don't know where they just put their leg and their kids might be around. You know, those kids, they don't like staying one place, they'll just be scattered around. So she might just step on one, when they are trying to gather around to suck,
yeah.
she might try to stand well or step on one. Like, so it's just a normal something. Yes, it's just a normal something. So another question we have here is that, can we administer oral ivermectin if we can't get the injectable one?
I've never came across
Yeah.
oral ivermectin.
I don't know what oral ivermectin is.
Yes, if there's anything like oral type.
Yeah.
You only have the injectable one, which is exactly
So this is the injectable ivermectin.
exactly.
This is what you need. I don't think there's anything like the oral ivermectin. So this is the injectable ivermectin. This is what you need to for your rabbit. So I don't think there is anything like oral. But even if there's something like oral, I don't think it will be as effective as the injectable one.
Yeah.
Because you know, ivermectin is being used for skin disease. So when you inject them, this one is more effective. So I prefer you using this injectable one, even if there's an oral one.
And there's something about giving them antibiotics. There was a time my rabbit couldn't eat well.
Okay.
So I injected the rabbit, it was not responding. So I needed to like, let me see if take it by oral.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to force her by giving her through the mouth. So what I did was put it in the food. But you know, they are animals. They have this cold natural. So because of the odor, they didn't go close to it.
Okay.
So
You have actually heard it there.
Yeah.
So that is actually an experience. So another question we have here is talking about rats infestations. Having tried poisoning rats with Indoseed, which is effective. The rats came back after a while. Some suggested that getting a cat as a prey is actually a good idea. Getting a cat, is it not will you not have casualties if you get a cat? Yes, I was just trying to cut off some few parts there. What he's trying to explain is that maybe as a rabbit farmer, can you get a cat to pray the rats away? Is there any disadvantage to that? Yeah, won't your cat actually attack your rabbit? So that's what that person is trying to say. So I would like to let you explain.
Let me first of all talk about poisoning. I would not encourage any farmer to do that.
Okay.
Because I've tried it. Of course, I told you my experience. I had like 40. Just of a sudden, I noticed my rabbits were going down. So one of the one that died, out of anger, I just dropped it by the side. But after like 2-3 days, I noticed the carcass was decomposing instead of it to swell. Okay. And I noticed that it was a poison I gave it was far from the farm. I put in my ceiling. It affected the rat now probably infected the food that they were eating too, and I noticed that it's from the poison. So I will not advise any farmer to use rat poisoning. Yes, for cats, it's very, very possible. You know, in this side of Africa, we always think cat. You can rear both your cat and your rabbit together. Like where I bought my first rabbit when I wanted to start, or where I got it from. The man presently is having a cat. In short, 2 cats with this thing. In short, one of the cat's cage is very close to the rabbit that is always open. She goes out, come whenever she wants to eat. So there's nothing bad. In short, I speak to you now, the entire house, no rat, and the entire farm, no rat. So it's very possible to have both the cat and the rat together. But if you want to, and the rabbit together, if you want to do that, I would advise you to look for this, what do we call it, the small cat? The small cat, the kittens. Kittens. The small kitten cat. So yes, so that it grows along. But then you get used to the farm environment. Okay, guys, you have heard it. So, sir, since you are in our video today, I would like you to tell us some few things. Like, what are the few challenges you think rabbit farmers in Nigeria here face? What are those few challenges that have been affecting rabbit farmers from when you started and right to this present time? What are those few challenges that you think? One of the challenges, the first one I would say is space. Okay. If you really want to go into rabbit farming, you need space. Yeah. So space, of course, when I mean space, you need a very good space to build the cage, you know, the facilities. There's no farm. If you want to have a successful farm, you need water. So you need to have your own self-sufficient water. That's really your own borehole and other things. Then the feeding, you know, we farmers, rapid farmers in Nigeria, we are yet to, let me use the word generate, that is produce our own feed.
Yeah.
When we get to that point, we find out that what rapid farming will be very easy for us. So the feed and the space are the two major things from my own personal experience I think we are facing here in Nigeria. Then if you want to overcome it, if you have the finance, do. Because there's no how you can feed, if you want to have a successful rabbit farm, you can feed throughout with grains, that's the grasses and other things.
Because of the growth rate.
Because of the growth rate. So we need to support with either formulated feeds or the normal fowl feed which we use to enhance their growth rate.
Okay, so sir, what is that one thing you tell anyone that is into rabbit farming? What's that one thing you tell them they should keep doing, they shouldn't stop doing? Because a lot of people are being discouraged on rabbit farming based on some people think there's no market and stuff like, you know, a lot of people have been saying market, there's no market for rabbit. So I want you to really speak on that market aspect right now. That's the last thing we're going to talk about. And
actually, there is this platform I saw that why are people selling their cages? Right?
Okay.
So I want to encourage my person too.
Yeah.
So well, there is market. It's just that, you know, when you start something, we want you to boom at once.
Yeah.
So it's not like that. But I want to encourage all rabbit farmers to be patient. If the market is, if we can have enough rabbit and the price slashed down, people will go into it, because the advantage when it comes to health is innumerable. That is, you cannot measure it. So that advantage of having rabbit as a meat is there. Then as a farmer also, if you want to have natural manure, by the grace of God, if Jesus tarries, I intend to have a big farm where I will have rabbits as my source of manure. So I want to encourage you, keep it up, continue, just continue to strive, continue to struggle for yourself. Like, though it's not easy when you feed, you expect buyers to come ahead. But for your own self, at least once in a while, have it to a point where for your own health, eat it.
I think one of the reasons why a rabbit meat is not selling very well is because of the kind of prices people say for the meat. Yeah, the prices are very, very much.
Because the competition is not there. If you have like 200, I have like 200, so the person has like 500, and the buyers are
as scarce. We'll try to reduce. Sure. So you guys have heard it. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did learn something from this video, please do well to like, comment what you think about this video. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want more tips on rabbit farming, and do well to turn on the notification bell so when we post a new video you'll get notified by YouTube. Thank you once again, and do have a nice day, and until next time, as I always say, peace out.
Bye.